Hi, in this lecture, we're going to talk about decibels and how to correctly use them when talking audio. So the decibel is the unit of measurement that we use in audio to measure the loudness and intensity of a given piece of audio or a given signal. And there are two different ways in which we use this measurement. There are absolute decibel values and relative decibel values. So I've got two examples here. The first example is this was mastered to -3 dB. So that's trying to be an absolute value. When I say an absolute value, it's trying to represent the volume of that signal. It's trying to represent the loudness of that signal. It's trying to tell you how loud it is. Whereas the second statement, turn it down by 3 dB, is trying to be a relative value. It's not trying to tell you how loud the song is. It's not even trying to tell you that it's too loud or too quiet. It's just telling you how much to change it by. One of these statements is incomplete and another one is perfectly complete. The first one, this was mastered to -3 dB, is incomplete because when you're trying to represent an absolute value for how loud something is or how intense a signal is, you need a scale on which to plot it on. So right now, it just says -3 dB, but it doesn't tell us what scale we are measuring it on. However, turn it down by 3 dB is perfectly legitimate because that's a relative value. You're just turning it down by 3 dB from what it was and to 3 dB below that. A legitimate way to express an absolute value of a piece of audio is to say something like, this was mastered to -3 dB FS peak. So two things there that we didn't have before. We have FS after dB, which stands for full scale. Full scale is the digital scale. It's the scale that we use inside our digital audio workstations when we're measuring audio, when we're gain staging, when we're mixing, when we're mastering. That's simply the scale that we use in digital. In analog, we use different scales such as dBV, dBu. But for now, we're talking digital, and full scale is the scale that we use in the digital domain. Another vital piece of information is peak. So even just to say this was mastered to -3 dBFS is also incomplete because we're not specifying the type of value that we're looking for. It could be peak, it could be RMS, it could be LUFS, but without knowing what we're looking for, we can't make an absolute statement about the audio. So those are some examples of absolute values and relative values and what makes a complete or incomplete version of either of those. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.